Ahoy, YouTubers! Frankie Dave back again on YouTube. This evening, YouTube, update report number 1 on Jake Cuttlers carrier aircraft route build. I've been on this for about 6 hours today, folks, so far on this AD right here, and she's at the stage now to be sanded down and primed and prepared for finishing colors. And so it's been a long time since I built one of these. It's a good kit, folks, a real good kit. Most parts on this kit fits like it's a dream fitting kit. It's a damn good kit. The parts go together very well, no fit issues at all whatsoever. I mean, as far as I got, as we zoom in, we can see what I've done. I went ahead and painted the seat belts, been added. I left the engine alone because Freddie did such a wonderful job on it. So, show respect for Freddie. I'm not gonna harm his beautiful paint work he done on the engine. I'm pretty happy with it. So, that's gonna be masked off when I prime the aircraft. There's a few spots there that needs filler right there, right on top of the dorsal area behind the dorsal radar assembly right there, just where I have my finger crossed there, and you'll see where the filler's at. And needs a little filler right there. A little filler right there I just put in, that's all it needs. On the wings, stabilizers, no filler is needed at all. I was very amazed how this thing went together. Turn it on the backside. This is the rough part here, guys. This is going to take some work right here. This is the only fit issue I had right there where the dive brake is at. So that's going to have to be filed down a little bit and sanded and filled, blended well, so it's one entire smooth surface. Right there is it. That's it there with the putty on there, folks. That's all for the filler I use. That's about all you need. The gray in there is going to be white, folks. On the Sandies and the Spads, they more or less they were gray wheel wells. Were gray, but on the ADs, they're all white. And this aircraft's going to be painted gold gray and white undersides with the decals that I showed you in the inbox review with the Bumblebee stingers on the USS Intrepid. And the cockpit, I did a wash on the control consoles on the starboard and port side of the pilot's compartment. The instrument panel also has been airbrushed flat black, dry brush with flat white to bring up the dials. A lot of the details won't be seen because it's pretty much confined in a small area. I got a pilot right there. It fits quite well. I had to clean him off. He had a good seam line on the side of his body right there, so I had to use back of my number 11 blade and got rid of that ugly looking seam right there, and it smoothed out. So the pilot comes in and out of this airplane no problem at all. So I'm going to put him in there. Panzerville's got me putting pilots in my planes. I normally ever do that, though, but once in a while I'll do it. But on this one, on the AD, she's going to have a pilot there. And this is going to be a 1965 AD-6 Sky Raider of the USS Intrepid. It can be painted all over, all gold, gray, and white. Here's Handsome Jack. I'll give you a thumbs up and a sign of approval. And we'll zoom back in and finish up the video. And I'll bring out my B-26 and my Zero as a bonus as far as I got on it. So right now, all 3 builds has been covered on this, covered my end. So they're all at the same stage. Sand and wet sand, check for imperfections, and prime, ready for finishing. So the V-26 is going to take a while. I think the first one I have done will be that Jap Zero. It's not that much on there. I went ahead and put some filler on anyway. There's some spots right there I looked very gingerly and needed some seams to be filled. So I put the AD at the side right there. And we'll zoom in and take a look at the Zero. You can see the filler on there. I like to put a lot of filler in there, folks. See, one thing about this Bondo glazing putty, this sands just like spackle. It just comes, it don't take that much to take it off there. and it really fills in the gaps, guys, and it doesn't shrink within time. Now that's it with the Z right there. I'll sand that down and get that primed up ready for finishing color, and the same thing I'll do with the AD and get the rest of the parts on there before I paint the finishing color on it. So all three aircraft at the same stage right now in the preliminary stages of filling and sanding and checking for imperfections and priming, and go on as the build goes. So here's my V26 Marauder. You can see how much filler is on there. So hopefully I don't have to worry about filling it twice, but do tell after I sand it down and prime it. And V26 coming together real good. So all three of these are all the same scale. The V26 is coming real good, guys. I really enjoy this. I thank Fred again from the bottom of my heart for this kit. And Freddy's the man, boy. You can't beat a better guy in the world than old Freddy. He'll do anything he can to help anybody out. He's a great fella. Lord's got a good place for him. Okay, right there, we'll zoom in again, take a look at my look at the AD right there, and as far as I got on her. So let her dry. Tomorrow's Arizona day, so tomorrow, hopefully, if everything works well like the way it's planned, I'll have all the deck parts masked off, and then go ahead and paint it teak color and present a video on it tomorrow. And then Tuesday I'll get started on the Jet Zero. I'll sand it down and prime that real good, and get the V26 Marauder all primed up and everything. We'll zoom out and I'll give you a good bye-bye, and we'll finish up the video, boys. That'll be it. Okay, fellas, I'd like to appreciate everybody for your wonderful views and your comments and everything on my builds. So all three group builds that are going on right now has been covered my end, and as you can see, I got a great start at all three builds. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Now please subscribe, and may God bless, and happy modeling, and we'll catch you on next YouTube. Bye, boys. Take care, fellas. Bye now.